Welcome to the new Sandcrawler workshop. This is my first video tutorial and we're going to see how this goes. So I thought to start I would do something kind of on the small ball side. And since you've probably all seen the pictures of the new Echo Base shelf, I decided to do hydraulic lifts that hold the ships up. The reason I made these in the first place is because without them there's really no place to put any figures on this side, because of course we all know there's not much in the way of landing gear on Star Wars ships. So I created these and it worked quite well, I think. So here's the finished product, and it even includes hydraulic pump. So let's cut some wood. Here's one thing I really like to do, and that is build jigs, homemade jigs. Here's one of the pieces for the hydraulic lift, and to drill straight holes in it, you could do it free-handed, but you mess up half of them, so built a jig. And you slide this in here and you drill holes. Nothing to look at, but it works, and that's all that counts, is that it works. Now, to put the grooves in for the landing gear for the X-Wing, I use my tabletop router. And what I will do is, since it sits in the middle, it isn't on the ends like this, I have to drop it down, and then I will go back and forth a couple times, get all the debris out, and line it up with this line. That will create that groove. So let me turn it on. It's going to get really noisy, but I should have all my lines all drawn up, ready to go. There we go. And that will fit just like that. Now it's time to brad nail the top together. Carefully line up one side at a time. Four should do it. All done, ready for paint. Now we've hyperdrived from the beginning to the beginning of the end, paint mode. And one thing I'm really proud of is my little invention here. I call these paint caddies. I use them on everything, especially small items. They save so much time and effort. But here's some of the hydraulic pumps. They're ready for assembly and decals. I got some ladders over here in various stages of assembly. And once these are painted silver, the tops are painted black for up here. And then once they're assembled, they kind of get a bit of a treatment to make them look a little snowy, I guess you could say. So they fit the motif of Hoth. But next, I'll show you how I do assembly, which is pretty simple. You just glue them all together. Assembly's pretty simple. Gorilla Glue. This stuff's great. I even use Gorilla Wood Glue sometimes. But all you gotta do put a little bit. This stuff doesn't take much. I just do all of them at once. best to work a little quick because there is a little wiggle room in these. And once this stuff sets, it ain't going anywhere. So I have 3 of them ready to go. And the other one still hadn't been removed from the tape. Now some glue in the bottom. Doesn't take much of this stuff. Now, one thing I gotta always remember, I've made this mistake before, is make sure where the front is. I say, once you put this together, if it's backwards, you got a real problem. And I got spacers to put this in to make sure. This isn't going in. To make sure it sits even from the top to the bottom. Otherwise, it has a tendency to want to move in on you. And then make sure that it's not. Sometimes they don't want to go all the way in. And then I say, once it's glued in there, it'll be rocky and it won't. That's good. That works good right there. So one more to go. Got a pair of them done. All done.